I'm not kidding. Today we're making adorable cat cookies. Hi, I'm Leslie with Leslie's Cookies and Treats, and if you love decorating sugar cookies or you want to learn how, you're in the right place. Let's decorate together. The inspiration for this meowy cute cat cookie came from Cuddly Cute Designs. It's a paper piecing scrapbooking store, and I bought the pattern and I printed out just a regular old copy, but if you have a Cricut, you could print out all of the pieces and you could paper piece along with me without having to cut it out like I'm doing here. And I'll leave a link for that in the description, but I'm going to start by just cutting out the entire cat. I printed it out in a size that's close to my cookie cutter, which, by the way, you can get in my shop if you have a 3D printer and can print your own cookie cutters. Anyway, so I'm just going to cut out the eyes here, and then my cookie cutter is actually reversed, so I'm just going to put it upside down and then trace out where the eyes go. My pattern's not quite as big as my cookie, but it's close enough, so we'll make it work. And so I used an edible marker and just traced the eyes. And then I have my design here that I modified a little bit to include some Christmas lights because I'm thinking about turning these into Christmas cookies also. And then I'm just going to cut out the muzzle or the snout. I don't know what you call this area of the cat's face, the bottom part of the cat's face. And I'm just going to trace that on too. You want to trace on the parts on all of your cookies before you cut out the next piece. And then I'm cutting out the fur that's at the neck, and we'll lay that down and we'll trace around that as well. And then that's pretty much all the pieces I need to trace on this cookie for now, although maybe I should trace out the tail. So let's cut the tail out also, and then we'll trace around that, and then we'll be ready to start decorating. And you can use this technique for just about any cookie you want to make, so you don't need to have a projector or even use the tissue paper method. This works really, really well. So there's a lot of great inspiration at scrapbooking stores, and if you have a Cricut, I highly recommend you check out Cuddly Cute Designs because it's a really easy way to print out all of the pieces and then trace them onto your cookie. And now let's start decorating. I'm using a 15-second royal icing consistency in black, and I'm just going to go ahead and fill in the eye here and use my scribe to settle that icing down and make sure I pop any air bubbles. And I'm going to put a white highlight right in the center of that black icing and then take my scribe and drag it over to the side, following along with what the design looks like by Cuddly Cute Designs because it's adorable and I don't really want to change it. And then we'll do the same thing to the other eye. So stick your white icing right into that wet black icing and then drag your scribe down. And if you have any bumps or peaks, you can just tap up and down on them to get them to settle back down. And then we also want to put the white at the side of the eye. So again, touching that wet black icing, go ahead and put this little triangle of white icing here. You might want to use your scribe to shape it because your piping bag tip is thicker than the area that it's going in. My cookie is tiny. It's about 2.5 inches, but you could make your cookie a lot bigger if you want to, and I have different sizes available in my shop. So let's just shape this little white part of the eye as we need it, and then we'll do the same thing to the other eye. And then I moved on up to the ears, so I let the eyes have a chance to dry and crust over. And I just outlined and flooded those in. I'm using a light tan icing or a cream color icing for the ears, and then I have a darker tan here for the rest of the cat's body. And I'm just outlining the tail, and I realized here that I messed up my outline. I'm supposed to curl the tail the other way, so I'm just taking a dampened paintbrush and I'm just going to wipe that outline away. And then I'll go ahead and fix the outline for the tail. And don't worry, nobody's going to see any trace of the icing that was there before. And my icing here is also a 15-second consistency. That means I can outline and flood with the exact same icing. And I'm just going to fill in the tail. I'm going to use a pretty generous amount of icing because little skinny areas like this for some reason tend to crater. I don't know if it's because the icing sits up on top of that outline and then sinks down as it dries. But it tends to get craters, so let's make sure that we overfill it. And then I set the cookie aside to dry until the tail had crusted over. And then I can fill in these back legs or the back part of the cat's body. I'm not sure which. But I'm going to do the outside in and things that are farthest back to the front. So that's how I decide what I'm going to decorate. And I went into the face a little bit, so I'm just going to wipe that away just because it'll make it easier to pipe in the snout later on. And since the ears and the tail and the eyes have had a chance to crust over, I'm just going to go ahead now and outline the top part of the head, and then we'll flood that in. I'm going to be very careful not to flood over the top of those eyes. Instead, I'm going to use my scribe, or you can even use a toothpick to push that icing close to the eyes so that I don't cover up these big gorgeous eyes, because the eyes are what makes this cookie so adorable. And I'm putting a little line of icing here also by the ears, trying to again keep it from cratering in those little skinny areas. So let's just carefully fill this in, being careful not to go over the top of the eyes, and instead we can use our scribe to push the icing around. And I'm not making these cookies for any particular reason. I just saw the design and knew that I had to turn it into a cookie. And my family is always so grateful when I have extra cookies like this, because then they get to eat some. And if you like this cookie, I also made a little puppy dog cookie. It's also a design by Cuddly Cute Designs, and I turned that into a cookie cutter and a cookie as well. And I'll leave a link to that video here. So now that it's flooded in, I'm just going to use my scribe to gently push the icing up against the eyes and shape it and pop any air bubbles. I honestly couldn't do cookies without my scribe or my turntable. They're probably my most important tools. Everything else you could probably figure out how to do without all the tools, but you definitely need a scribe or a toothpick, and a cookie turntable is just so helpful. So I set my cookie aside to dry again for about another 20 minutes. I'm going to come back in now and fill in the bottom part of the cookie. I'm going to go around where the little fur at the neck goes, and then we'll fill that in with my cream icing for a wet-on-wet effect. So we'll just go ahead and flood this in now, and then use our scribe to shape it and get it all nice and smooth. And I'm sorry that my hand is in the way. I need to fix my camera angle. I need to remember to check that as I'm videoing, but again, I apologize. But you've seen me use my scribe now quite a bit. So just get this area all nice and smooth and shape it the way you want. And then grab your cream color or your white icing, whatever color you want to use for the fur. And then go ahead and put in that patch of fur underneath the chin right here. And then you can, again, use your scribe if you need to settle it down, but don't swirl it together too much, because we don't want it to look like a tie-dye effect. We want it to have a distinct different look here. And I needed to bring it up underneath the chin a little bit more, so I added a little bit more icing. And then I set it aside to dry again. It took about 20 minutes, and now I'm coming back in and piping in the bottom half of the face with my brown icing. And this is the part where we're getting into the details, and there's just going to be a lot of time waiting for it to dry or crust over. So if you have other cookies to do, go ahead and do that while you let this one sit and dry for about 15 minutes. And then I came back in, and I'm just adding a big circle here for the nose. So just pipe a circle. I know you can't see what I'm doing. Again, I apologize for that. Use your scribe to settle it down, being careful not to dent the icing that's underneath. And then guess what? Set it back aside to dry. And once it's crusted over, I came back in with my black icing, and I'm just going to add a triangle for the nose here. And then, as always, use your scribe to shape it and pop any air bubbles. And once that icing's all smooth, I'm going to grab my white icing and just add a little highlight right here at the top of the nose. And then I set my cookie aside to dry completely. And now I'm just going to come in and add a little line for the mouth, some eyelashes, and the whiskers, and then this adorable little kitten will be done. I think these cookies came out totally adorable. I'm so in love with this design, and I'm so happy I had a chance to make them. I don't know if I could ever eat this guy. He's so cute. What do you think? Would you make these cookies? Let me know in the comments. Thank you so much for watching today. I really appreciate it. Be sure to hit that like and subscribe button so you don't miss any of the cookie tutorials. And if you have a question or you want to see something in particular, let me know. Bye for now. See you next time.